Hi.
Ladies, good morning. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the social media for Blues Clues 25. I mean, seeing the response of millennials like me tearing up over Steve. There's memes now everywhere about how Steve said I'm good, so don't talk to me for the rest of the movie. How does that feel, seeing just the positive impact and just how important this show has been to so many people for so long?
I feel honored and humbled and privileged, and just warms the cockles of our hearts that we have made this connection and Steve has made this connection, and that Steve is still a part of the Blues Clues family, even though we've sort of modernized that, he's the original gangsta.
And him just doing that, he did that on his own. That was his
Yep.
heart. That was his soul. He improv, wrote it, did it, and it's just beautiful. And then I think the gift for us was seeing that response, right? It's like everyone from Blake Lively and JoJo, like everyone is retweeting and saying how much it meant to them. And, it's one thing to see it, and we see it with kids all the time. And I love that, right? With our research, and then to see it with kids that are 27 or what,
It's like it worked.
Like, oh my
we
God,
impacted kids.
That's
we
what we
heard our
wanted
messaging.
to do, and that's what we're doing. So we feel responsible for all their success. That's the only one. Just kidding.
A small part.
All we do is cry. That's really what the truth is. We cry.
Yeah. All yesterday was just pretty much tearing up all day.
Oh, I bet. Those videos were great. Thank you.
We even talked about Mr. Rogers, and certainly I can see the influence in that programming, but who or what were some of your other collective influences when creating the show?
The Magic Garden.
Yeah, we both grew up in Jersey, and we watched the show The Magic Garden with Paula and Carol. And we just love the way the storybook, telling stories, and the simplicity of, they talked to camera too, and included you and listened. And
I also think Who Framed Roger Rabbit was like a big movie. Again, we're showing our age here, so let's just talk about that, because that was.
I'm sure I'm older than both of you.
That blew my mind. And then Ferris Bueller's Day Off at the very end. I remember I don't even know, I think I was 12, and I was like, this blows my mind that he's talking to us like this. And I swear that's in the back of my head, right? Like,
yep.
Just like, so it's all of those moments. We probably have a million of them that you're like, oh my God, let's try to put we weren't consciously thinking, let's put all this together. But when you watch
it just impacted us as young, impressionable minds that we connected with. So, creating our own show, we wanted to do all those things that we love.
And it's the same with the movie, right? We're filming the movie, and we're like, okay, can we make Grease or La La Land or Enchanted, or we just
all the
little
bits and pieces we love putting it on screen.
So you just talked a little bit about how you came up with the show's format, which, by the way, I loved every movie and show you said, and musical. Excited for the movie. So how did you land on Blue as the bestie sidekick of the host, and how did she come about?
So many ways. I mean, one is that she is a preschooler. We wanted to have that character who connected with the audience in that way, of kind of being not smarter than Steve, but
that's smart pre-verbal preschooler, right? Who knows what's going on, but might not necessarily be able to say it.
Mm-hmm. And then animal wise, she started as a cat because we love cats. And then when we were in pilot stage, actually you were working on still in research in Nickelodeon, and knew that one of the pilots we were pitted against had another cat character, and we needed to do something different. And we're like, what? There's no way it can be anything but a cat. And then we just kind of experimented. Well, it could be a dog, and then the rest is history. And it was started Mr. Orange, and now.
Well, and we were talking about blue screen so much because we were shooting Steve on blue screen, and it's like demo lab. We're like, oh my God, of course blue. And I can't tell you how long we figured it to figure out what color her nose was going to be, and it was like, duh, blue. So many silly.
So Tracy, you've been doing the voice of Blue since the beginning. What is it like going through that? You're still doing it. You interacted with new hosts, and now we're doing a movie, which is awesome.
So, yep. We're it's hands down favorite part of the job. So excited that when we did the pilot, that we didn't have enough money to hire a voice actor, and I got to do it, and then it stuck. it's just amazing to have that impact and to see the bright smiles that it can bring to kids' faces and adults now and teenagers and, kids in their 20s of just barking "Bow, bow," and just seeing their face light up. And just being to express that love. We created the show from our hearts, and like Blue is just pure goodness. And being able to bark and be her just makes me so happy
Well,
and
it's such
honored
an
and
art.
privileged.
It's an art that what she does. She doesn't just bark, right? Like there is a specific way to do it. She's acting and singing and doing all that stuff, which I was like, how are you that talented? It's ridiculous. In addition to everything else.
She's my agent.
Very cool.
So the movie's coming up. We're celebrating 25 years. Is there anything you can share about what's coming next? Like, where are we skidooing with Blue and Josh?
In the movie or in the series or
Anything that you're allowed to share? Because I know sometimes you can't talk about anything. So
is there anything we can't talk about in the series? I feel like of Rainbow Puppies and
Rainbow Puppies,
Rainbow
Star
Tour
completely takes over in a lot of ways. Periwinkle moving in and celebrating a new neighbor and what that looks like is so much fun.
Yep, and connecting with you as a home viewer. We're going to celebrate your birthday.
Yep.
And look right at the camera and sing to you and celebrate you.
Which we love, right? That moment of just for you all the time. And I think that's where we take it seriously too, Blue's Clues and you. And so we're constantly thinking about pushing what you need and want and what we can give you. And then the movie is almost its own entity, right? Because we're going to a whole nother level in terms of live action and music and dancing and a dream and following that dream. So there's just so many exciting things to look forward to.
I'm super excited. I can't wait to see it. And I'm obviously not your target audience, but
But you are, or nostalgia. Yeah, totally.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yay, periwinkles.
Yay.
I like cats, so I'm excited.
Okay, so I'd love to know, what do you hope the next generation can learn from Blue and her friends?
You can do anything you want to do. You can be anything you want to be. Just take one step at a time.
And work hard.
Work hard.
It's about failing and falling down and
celebrating
back up.
mistakes. Mm-hmm.
And that you have that foundation, right? Like you've got the tools that you need to succeed and that you can continue to learn, which I think is another aspect of our show, right? Like the tools that we have, the music, the notebook that you'll use for the rest of your life, to think about things, taking a minute to think and sit in a thinking chair.
Right.
Any chair is a thinking chair and just think about it. All of those things, right? From socio-emotional to cognitive. I just think that that's a really, that's what we want kids
and you
to
always,
take
you always
away.
have a place at Blue's house and, a safe space to go to and friends who love you just the way you are.